Alright, so I'm doing more carburetor stuff. I've got 750, 650, 600, 850, 650, and I'm sorting through all this. I'm putting all these different carburetors together. As you can see. And this, I cleaned this up. This is a 780. See the number? That is a 3310. This is a 780 vacuum secondary deal. That I modified to be a double pumper. See, you drill through that, you drill down through that, and then you drill your holes here, 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 and down through there, all the way through to make sure that everything works. And then you can take this and bolt I might just do this. I might just put that base on that carburetor with front and rear metering blocks, and that'll be 780 CFM of awesome. But this is about the only main body that was a vacuum secondary. But you can tell that it was a vacuum secondary. You see that little tube that extends out right there. A 750, but the 3310s had the boss and all this stuff for a secondary accelerator pump. So you can drill that and drill it through and tap it. And I just had to drill through, and then drill the bottom side. And they work. I'm still piecing stuff together. Alright, the 3310 vacuum secondary that I modified into a double pumper by drilling out the ports and adding a secondary metering block and all that stuff is on the car. Yeah, you like my zip tie throttle deal, so I can get some heat in it. Yeah, see 3310. See the port down in there? Vacuum secondary, that little port. So this was a vacuum secondary carburetor. There's no doubt about that. Like, that's what it was. But I modified it and did a few things to it to make it a double pumper. So now it's 780 CFM double pumper instead of a vacuum deal. The temperature is at 140 degrees. Fuel pressure 6 psi. Homemade carburetor for the W. But what I done is I took, like I said earlier, these are generally tapped. Well, they're not tapped, but the boss is there for a shooter on the secondary side. So you drill that, and you drill this way through that boss down, and you meet in the middle, and that gives you the access to the secondary pump shot. And because this is a 3310, that could have been modified to work with a secondary metering block. So all your metering surfaces are already, your metering ports are already pretty much there. There are two on the base that you have to drill up through, drill up this way and drill up that way through, and then you can modify a vacuum secondary into a double pumper. But you got to have the right base plate and secondary metering block and center hung floats, and that'll make them. I should have filmed all that where I done it, but I didn't really think anybody really wanted to. There's not many of these 3310s floating around out there that people can get a hold of anyway. And for, you know, what it costs to get one, you'd be better off just buying a double pumper anyhow. So probably mess with the linkage a little bit, get my ratio a little bit better. It needs to come in a little sooner on the secondary, but other than that, should be set and good to go. So, all right, folks, I'm over here. This is Keith Taylor's split bumper Camaro. He's got a tunnel ram, two 450s on it. Come over here and adjust the timing curve and stuff on it, adjust the carburetor. She fires right up now, and she sounds good, man. Sings a song. But this is a absolutely killer car. Killer car. It's 400 small block, world product heads. Not sure what the compression is. Do you know what the compression is on this motor? 9 to 1, 10 to 1, something like that?
No, I don't know. That guy didn't know anything about it.
It's probably a 10 to 1, give or take. I mean, I'm not 100% sure, but sucker sounds good. Fires it up. Nice interior. It's absolutely killer car. I love it. Absolutely love it. But we'll reach in here and where's that switch? Is this the switch on the dash here for the ignition?
Yeah, silver one.
Alright, so I'll flip that. Flip. She should light right off. Call that good. And Daddy is welding up his panels in the 57.
I'm not doing nothing, I'm trying.
He's welding up the panels in the 57.
Honestly, I'm not.
They just got to be welded up good enough to not let fire through, and we'll be good.
Suck weld, remind you one more time.
If the metal sticks together, it doesn't suck. Alright, on the 64 I've got twin 660s, which is a 1-to-1 type carburetor. I could probably modify them, make them progressive and do all that stuff, but you don't ruin 660s like that. They work good for a straight drive, and that's what they work good for. So what I'm doing, I've got two 750s that I had built. This was on when I had twin turbo tunnel ram with a single hat on both of these. I built these for that. I also had run these on the 388 daily driver, 388 small block 488 gear, 3800 converter every day. I had built these and they work fantastic. It's twin 750s. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take them off, pop them apart, put this smaller plenum on my Edel block intake, because what's on it now is the TR1X. This is a TR1Y, which is a less plenum volume. And with this one, you can mount carburetor sideways, which is exactly what this is. So that's what I'm going to do. Anyway, these will mount sideways just like that. This is the original TR1Y, where it doesn't have holes to mount it forwards. So that's how that will be. And that plenum will go on top of my intake, and I'll have side mount carbs, and I got my linkage and all this stuff already built. I already know how to tune these things. Will work flawless the way I set them up. They work great. All right, I got the bowls and meter and blocks and everything took off of them. But see, I had idle feed restrictors in these little pieces of wire to restrict the idle down when I had it for a blow through, twin blow throughs on a tunnel ram. But not gonna need that no more. We're fitting the sheet metal pieces back in, and we got the carpet and stuff back in, and Dad's painting the roll cage after we fixed the panels in the floor. Now he's got carpet back in there. Starting to look like a car again. Alright, we made a template, put it in the bag of 57, marked our holes.
Precision.
Fit all of it using these two reference holes right there. And now we're going to drill holes and slice, and it should be pretty close. It probably won't come close, actually.
You like the mountain scenes?
Yeah. Bob Ross.
Yeah, Bob Ross.
Them's happy runs.
Put that temperature in there. It was pouring rain. We were soaking wet. We just
It was the morning before we went racing.
Yeah, we sprayed.
Or the night before.
Yeah, the night before. It was pouring rain, man. I mean, pouring.
But all right, we'll make some holes and do some cutting. All right, we got a piece back in there. Yeah. A little bit of red paint on them sheet metal screws, self-tappers, and they'll just disappear. But the biggest thing is that closes up the back. Is it pretty? It's not bad. But does it do what it's supposed to do? Yes, it does. Yeah. Covered it up. All right. Alright, Dad's got all his carpet and stuff in. Back where it was before. I got my multimeter. I'm going to check all that stuff with it.
Where's that wire that goes to the transport? I thought it was on the car.
No, it's one of those. Alright, we got under it and done the alignment. Towed it in the 16th on both sides. So, should track better now. Everything's nice and centered with the steering wheel. Everything's where it needs to be. So all right. And it just keeps pouring the rain. And I've been working on everybody else's stuff all week, every week, all the time. So on the weekends we try to mess with our stuff. So we're out here messing with the 57. Got the seats mounted, the carpet back in. It just keeps pouring the rain. Like it'll rain and then it'll quit. And it'll rain and it'll quit.
Rain and quit.
Yeah. But
Story of our life.
yeah. Right now we are doing the neutral safety. But Dad has got all his carpet in, he's got his seats back in. That one is bolted, mounted, super solid, it will not budge. And this one still got tightened up, but not important.
We just need a couple more rounds, we run out of them.
Yeah. And that is our neutral safety bracket.
Ain't your finger, fucker. You want that shit to come out a little bit.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, we just took a washer and welded it to the shifter. And I will show you the button here in a minute. Oh, and Dad painted the roll cage I put in there. It looks so much better red. I don't know if the videos showed that yet or not. I don't think so.
Look at this shit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that seat will not move.
If I come out of this car, y'all just send flyers.
He ain't coming out.
Hey,
We're fixing to put a plate on it, ain't we? You can go ahead and stick a plate on it, and Jesse can fill the nitrous balls for us. Probably do
just for insurance. Not
100 shot,
saying,
100.
not saying it needs it. Not saying it needs it. I'm just saying it'll be there.
This is what we was talking about. 10 minutes later, now it's raining on us again.
Get everything out, put everything up. Get everything out, put everything up.
Yep. All right, so last weekend I rebuilt these 750s and I had to silicone the intake top and underneath the carburetors because that top plenum of this tunnel rim wasn't square and I filed it. I just put my little thin bead of silicone around and left it all week to cure. Just hooked up my linkage. I just set it like that. Hopefully the camera don't fall. But no pump shot, nothing. I'm just gonna flip the switch. You hear everything come on. Oh yeah, there you go. There's two 750s on top of a 350 small block. Motor absolutely loves it. But nothing super crazy to it done to them, just put together right. I've done a lot of tunnel ramp carburetors, a lot of them. That's all we run on everything forever, tunnel ramps. Now I gotta build me a linkage for it.
Never been, man.
Alright, nitrous bottle is there. We just gotta mount it. Lines are run. Solenoids and stuff are on.
See that shit on my phone.
Yeah, check it out, folks. Just a 100 shot.
It's a 100.
52, 55 jets. And now we're going to wire it in and hit the button for the solenoids. Click, 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 click.
Didn't put no purge on it. Purge through the motor.
Yeah.
Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy?
I think it's awesome. But and the way he wired it, we flipped around. The trans brake is on this big red button. Trans brake and 2-step. And this is neutral safety. And there's the nitrous. So he can hit it first gear or second to third or wherever he wants to. He can give her a blip in high gear if he needs to.
I think it would just be a little extra insurance in high gear. Depending on whatever it runs on, it might not fall up sure shit. The damn boards will tell the tale. I don't know, it might not run.
My prediction, it'll either run low 7s.
It might run slower than it used to.
710, something like that, or a high 6. Depending.
It runs quicker 749, I gotta have a jacket.
Well, you got a cage.
Yeah, I got a cage.
But we are going to continue on and finish wiring. Did you arm it? Wow. Yeah. There you go. Push it one more time. Yep, they're both. But it works.
Yeah. It sprays.
It will spray. Alright. All this is cleaned out, the nitrous bottle's mounted. And we tested it and it works. All the wiring is cleaned up, tucked up, and pretty. Well, pretty enough. Oh, that's pretty much it for now. Oh, shift lights in and fixed. Neutral safety switch, trans brake, nitrous switches. We rewired all that stuff in there to make sure that was good. Headlights are hooked up. Alright, we're taking apart the straight axle assembly deal on Dad's 57. Pulling the Kingpin and stuff. Wiggle that thing up and down. Look how much movement's in that.
A lot.
Yeah. I got this side apart. This side wasn't as bad as that side, but still, it's pretty wore out. The bushings that go in the spindle are what get wore. There you go. It'll probably tap right out of there.
Nice.
Yep. And here's this little one. A little warm, ain't it?
That's my damn thing.
Well, here, don't use that. Use this. You don't want to mess that up. Here. I got this little punch to use. Oh, well. Yours come out a lot better. Pot.
Let that be, Mama said. Let that be. Now, just knock that. That's that.
So we're going to rebuild all this.
Always one G's on one bitch.
We're going to rebuild all this, make new tie rod ends with heim joints and steering arms and all that stuff. See if we can get rid of the death wobble because it sucks.
All new, I gotta be able to drive it damn time.
Yeah, fast, drive it fast, safely.
Yes.
But I know I rebuilt all this on mine and mine didn't death wobble not once, so.
That's what's causing it, all this shit working together. And
yeah, one little bit of movement here
like
translates into a bunch, yeah.
It bounds up and gets worse and worse. And you will wreck it.
There you go. That's been in there since, what year is this axle, 48? Yep.
Supposed to do that?
No.
Really?
No, they should be tighter than that. You actually have to kind of work them
They
out.
all supposed to be tighter, but
Yeah.
you know, sometimes they get a little wear in them.
Well, there's nothing wrong with your Kingpin. Kingpins are fine.
The Kingpins are always good. It's just fucking holes that get
Yeah, the holes are wallered. But
oh, I'm talking about this. No,
Yeah.
this is probably pin is wore.
no, the pin's fine. It's the hole is wore. It's probably hot. That is reaming his first set of Kingpins.
Yeah. Learn. I don't have this and that set before, so I'm just learning.
Hold on, let me get you a different clamp. Is there another clamp back there?
Ain't got shit work with.
Hold on. All right, he got his first one done, and I went back here. No, I didn't. Dad reamed it out and all that. I just went back here and stuck it on 57. No more slop. Got rid of all that slop. Alright, all the Kingpin stuff is done. We went and bought, well, we used a reamer, then we went and bought one of these little wheel cylinder hones. Made a couple passes with that, and it made it perfect. Them right there, 20 bucks at O'Reilly, go get one. So all that's good, took out all the slop, it's all good now. And then Dad was looking at where the steering box is mounted, because this is a steering box off a 66 pickup truck. You're correct, steering box. That's what we was going for when we put it on there.
This thing was flexing down here, and the inside the frame when they was moving around. This bracket was moving, so put a little brace up there, and then put a piece of tubing across, put a bolt all the way through the frame right there, and pulled it tight, and it up moving now. So.
Yeah, tightened her up big time because it was flexing a lot.
Yeah. I just did that first, see if it'd stop it. I was gonna put a plate up through here, but so there's one right here, but don't need it now. So. Frame is kind of thin. It wasn't meant to be steer. I could tell business. I guess there's a lot of leverage out that far.
Mm-hmm.
And the jumping the tires off the ground, the wobbling didn't help it either. So maybe it'd be all right. No straight dyno today though.
No.